Okay, so we've done a few things with Ansible, and one of the things that we've seen is when we run an Ansible command, whether it's in playbook mode or ad hoc mode, is we'll see a warning about the Python interpreter. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to do Ansible, and we'll just do a real quick one here. I'm going to run it against my Ubuntu One machine. I'm going to use the shell module, and I'm going to send it a symbol command /LA/home/ I'll look at my folder. And let's pull it. Now let's see if I can spell Ubuntu correctly first. Okay, there we go. Now, first thing I want you to see is right here we have this warning. So this warning is going to tell us that it's looking for a Python interpreter. Now, we haven't specified a Python interpreter. So it looks for one, it finds it, it says, hey, this is what we're using. We're using the discovered Python interpreter at user bin Python 3.12. That could change in the future, and we haven't really specified it. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to suppress this warning. Now, there are a variety of different ways to do it. I can do it in the host file or the inventory file where I can specify for each host the Python interpreter. I can also do it in the Ansible CFG file, and that's where I want to do it. I want to make it a default. Now, bear in mind, if I ever upgrade my Python interpreter, then I'm either going to have to upgrade the defaults or whatever. But I'm going to have to make a change to my specifying it if it goes into a different directory. So here's how we do it. I'm going to have to change something inside a config file. So I'm going to have to sudo it. I'm going to nano /etc/ansible/ansible.cfg. And here I'm going to add a section that says defaults. And then I'm going to add an interpreter _Python. And then I'm going to specify where that goes. It's the /usr/bin/Python 3.12. And this should be the location for my Python interpreter. So I'm going to Control O to write out and Enter to save that, and then Control X to exit. Now I'm just going to run my Ansible command again. And if I got it right, notice that has been removed. I no longer have the warning. So that's going to make this a little bit cleaner. In fact, if I do this, let me do my Ubuntu group rather than just Ubuntu One. We'll see the output from both of them and no warnings in between them whatsoever. Now, let's also talk about filtering output. Let's say I just want to see, let me look at the snap folder. I actually want to look for a specific, let me do it this way. Rather than looking for a file, I'm going to look at the users folder, or not the users folder, the password file. So it would be this. It would be Ansible for Ubuntu One, and I'm just going to start with the first one. I'm going to do the module shell, and I'm going to send it the command cat /etc/password. And this will show me all of my users there. Now, I can grep the output of this if I want to look just at, let's say I want to look at my account. I can grep the output here, grep David, and it will show me the output just from the line that says David. Okay, cool. That really simplified it. Now, if I do this to everything in Ubuntu, then I'm going to find it on both of them, but you notice I don't have that little notification that tells me which machine it's in. Now, the other thing to be aware of is when I cat this, it's sending the input right here. It's sending the input from this command across the network back to my control node PC, and there I'm filtering it using the grep. But I could do it this way too. I could do Ansible Let me go ahead and do everybody in my Ubuntu group, and there's 2 of them that are up and running at the moment. And I'm going to do module shell. The argument is going to be cat /etc/ password. Let me get the right file. Password, and then I'm going to grep it on that side. So what'll happen is it will filter it before it sends it back over to me. And when it does, now because I filtered it, this is the only thing gets sent is those 2 individual lines. And because I've grepped it on the other side, rather than grepping it after we've gotten the full Ansible output, it'll go ahead and show me this Ansible information in this line right here and right here, showing me which machines I have worked with. So it gives me a little bit better output, I think, at least for what I'm looking for, and it saves me some network traffic. Okay, so we've done 2 things so far. We've removed the Ansible Python warning by telling it, no, just use this Python interpreter for the moment. And then we've also talked about filtering our output and the advantages of filtering it on the control node side or on the managed node side.